Hello, friends. It's fireplace weather.
Oh my!
Oh, Chris told me I couldn't do any of my sweet dance moves. So,
I can't believe you just started it like that.
well, you never know what's going to happen when you do anything with me, really. So here we are. So we're going to address the elephant in the room first and foremost. And I'm sure what everybody is thinking out there is, when did you get white merchandise?
Obviously, that's what they're
Obviously, that's what everybody's thinking. So, how this all went down is a couple weeks ago. I was looking at a merchandise store and I thought, this all looks very dark. And I said to Chris, this looks very dark. And he said,
thinking. It should be lighter. Maybe our company is Black Barrel Media. It stands to reason that most of the merchandise would feature the color black, but we could also reverse those. See the level of creativity and obvious awesomeness that could happen if you just reversed the colors and made them white with a black logo.
and I thought, oh my God, this is genius. And thus we have white merchandise. Chris is sporting the hoodie. I am sporting the half hoodie, the cropped hoodie, whatever you call it. I did think when we were putting this together, who actually is going to purchase half of a hoodie, but I actually wear it all the time. So
I thought you actually cut it in half. When I saw that you were wearing this, I thought, why are we both wearing hoodies? Why did you cut yours in half? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't visit our merchandise store very often, so I didn't realize we had cropped hoodies. So
you think they can hear that?
I don't know, but if you can hear that, 2 doors down, there's a crew repainting
Power washing a
or
ceiling?
repaving the top of a house or summoning demons from the underworld or something. I don't know what's happening over there.
Why are they even doing
Hopefully
that?
our fancy new microphones.
Yes. Okay, so hopefully you guys can't hear the power washing, so we're just gonna move on. So there are a few things about our company that you may have noticed recently. We have partnered up with some really good friends of ours, people that we really respect in the history space and the history podcast space, and that is Noiser. And I just got distracted by a hummingbird.
Are you serious?
So good.
They have lots of great shows. Maybe you've heard of them. You've certainly heard some of them advertised on our shows. They have I don't know if they refer to it this way, but this is the way I refer to it, the Real franchise, where they have a show called Real Narcos, Real Dictators, Real Outlaws. Those of you who listen to Legends of the Old West have certainly heard the preview of Real Outlaws. They've got lots more where that came from. So they have all kinds of great history shows. Now I see the hummingbird too.
Yes. See, it distracts you.
Yeah. It's just flying right over here.
It's literally right there.
Right off camera. So yeah, they're great. They're a great network. They're a great bunch of people to work with. So we're really excited about that. We're hoping they can help us grow our podcasts so that we can make the money that we want to produce new podcasts next year. We have a really aggressive slate of new podcast productions that we're really hoping to roll out next year. I'm not going to say that it's definitively happening, as now, of course, there's an airplane. It was dead silent 20 minutes ago. Dead silent. Now there's hummingbirds, demons from the underworld.
Power washing.
Planes are about to crash. Apparently we're reenacting World War I flyers here. So hopefully we can roll out some really cool new things. We'll certainly come back when we have some definitive answers on that. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
And so to talk about the last series that we just did, and we need to be a little bit careful because we know some people, we can see by the episodes that are being downloaded that some people are not completely finished with the Osage murders and Tom Horn. So we don't want to necessarily give anything away, but for the people who are done, there's a couple things that we absolutely want to bring up. For me, I binged Tom Horn twice. And it's something that I've been dying to ask Chris, and I really refrain from asking him these things off camera because I want a genuine answer. But for Tom Horn, I was so sure that I hated this man throughout the entire series. And I was just really passionate about not liking this man. And then at the end of the series, I'm like, well, wait a second, now I'm sad. And did you write it in such a way to confuse everyone?
Oh, well, that, yes.
Of course.
Yes,
okay.
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything where you'd like to expound on that?
Nope. That was the whole point of the end of it, was to maybe show a different side and maybe confuse the issue a little bit and maybe make you feel something that maybe you probably hadn't felt for 6 episodes. Most people would probably, I know which direction they would go with it, but maybe it got a little
it gets a little fuzzy in the
Yeah.
end. We'll just say that. And then, so the things that I'm
Yeah.
not fuzzy about are Osage murders and how horrific those people were. I am not fuzzy about that.
The murderers.
The murder, yeah, the murderers. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about why we did the Osage series and you know
Right.
the movie that's coming. So you talk about that, and then I've got to talk about one piece that really still stays with me. It's very
Yeah, we
aggravating.
don't want to give too much away, so we want to stay away from a lot
Yeah,
of the details of
right.
the actual series. But the whole point of the series was it is the story of a big Hollywood movie that was supposed to be out right about now. A
Mhm.
movie called Killers of the Flower Moon,
Mhm.
based on the nonfiction book Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grann. If you haven't read it, please do. It's a great book. Hopefully the movie is going to be good, but the movie is directed by Martin Scorsese. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and a whole massive cast of characters.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons from Friday Night
Mhm.
Lights, and several others. It was supposed to come out this year in the fall of 2022. It got pushed back to 2023 indefinitely. So now it's just coming out sometime next year. We don't know when, but we strategically scheduled this Osage Murders podcast series to lead into the movie, so you
Mhm.
could hear the real story, then listen to the movie, or vice versa, whichever way you want to do it. Did I say listen to the movie?
You did say listen,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
You could do that. You should listen
I
to the
assume,
movie.
but they'd also want to watch it
You
too.
probably
I
should
think.
watch it.
So
It would help. So
yeah,
those.
So it's going to be made into a Hollywood movie, big stars, big names, all of that. But I got to talk about one piece of this. I absolutely cannot stand how things end with Brian Burkhart. I am still furious. I mean, I physically was angry. Audibly, I was angry at how this went down.
Surprise, surprise. There's a lack of justice in a Native American story. I know
Yes.
everyone's going to be shocked by that, but
Yes.
there's some justice, but not nearly as much as you would hope for.
Not as much as you're going to want.
That's
Yeah.
kind of a running theme.
Yeah, but it's an
Unfortunately.
insane story, and you
Yeah.
have to listen to it, especially
It
if
really
you do. If you do intend on watching the movie that's going to come out soon, absolutely listen to this story first.
Yeah.
And then Chris wrote a book.
Oh yeah. Those of you, thank you again for waiting through the period where we had to pause production so I could finish the book. There was a series of things that didn't go the way we had planned that forced us to pause podcast production so that I could finish the book. So thank you guys for suffering through that lack of new material that came out, but the book is now done. In fact, I just finished the final proofread of it a couple days ago. So it is now, there's about a zillion steps in the production process of a nonfiction book. I know some people who might see this are authors. They're very well familiar with those steps and how lengthy the process is. But it's moving along. We're getting very close now. It doesn't come out until June next year, June 2023. It's timed for release for Father's Day. So those of you who might be looking for presents for fathers, grandfathers, hell, anyone who might want this, I mean, it doesn't really matter. And thank you to everyone who's actually pre-ordered it already. You can order the book right now if you want to. There are links all over the place. We are having a whole page put onto our website right now that, like everything, is an eternally slow process. It takes forever. Updating websites is agonizing anyway. Oh my God. So that's being done. You will be able to find links to it on our website very, very soon. But otherwise, they're out there on social media. You can find them lots of different places. So thank you for everyone who has pre-ordered. Thank you in advance for everyone who's going to pre-order the book. And very, very soon, I'm going to release a podcast episode that's going to tell a really fun story about the importance of pre-ordering and how it factors into the New York Times bestseller list. This is a story that I learned during this writing process, and I think you'll find it really interesting. So I can't wait to share that with you in an upcoming episode.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for now.
I think wasn't there something else? Did we forget something?
We probably forgot something.
Oh, it's almost guaranteed that we forgot something. But this is already too long, so we probably shouldn't go too much longer.
Well, but we got distracted by hummingbirds and people on roofs and things like that.
This was unusually distracting.
Did we even cheers?
No. Jesus, I broke my glass.